What am I? So welcome back to another race day vlog, and today is the day of the Hereford 5k. And I'm really excited for this one because this is race number 1 of 4 where we are attempting to break 16 minutes in the 5k. That's what this training block's about. This one tonight is a line in the sand. Let's see where we are. Let's see where the back of half marathon training and the start of 5k training has left us. And then from there, obviously the next race at Battersea Park on the 18th or 19th of April will really be the one that we go for. But that being said, I am not shying away from the challenge tonight. I'm very excited to give it a go. Weather conditions are so lovely and warm. It's beautiful, but we have got some really strong wind. So when we get there, we'll go out on a little course recce because it's 2 loops, and we'll check out where the wind is going to be blowing against us and then behind us. We'll see where we push and where we hold. Really excited for this one. Let's head on down there. So yes, that was a grimace. Stupid wind. I wish it was perfect conditions. It is beautifully warm, and I'm hoping that the wind doesn't play too much of a factor. I was basically walking back from the bib tent over to the car, and what that is basically, if I point the camera over there, the middle section, I'm not sure if you can see over there, the flag's going a bit mad. We come in there and we come down and out through the car park here. So we'll be running into that as we finish loop 1 and go out onto loop 2. Now, traditionally, what I tend to find is this section here, this is the gravelly section that I've mentioned in the past, which is just the bit that slows you down a tiny bit. So that coupled with the headwind could be interesting. But what I'm hoping is when we get out of here and turn up that way and then into the housing estate that way, it'll be on our back. So we'll go for a warm-up shortly and see. So we're lucky number 203. I'm going to get myself ready now. Get the bib on, get the hat on, get the camera in, get the shoes on, and get out there for a warm-up. Goals for today. Well, we're going to go for it. We're going to go for a sub 16. We'll see what happens. We'll go out at that pace and we'll see where we are fitness-wise. As I said, this is the one that I want to just kind of draw a line in the sand. It doesn't mean I'm not going for it, but this is the one where I'll walk away. If I'm just the wrong side of it, I'm not going to be too disappointed. Battersea Park in a couple of weeks' time is the one that I'm really going to kind of taper for. I got a decent long steady run done on the Monday, a double yesterday, so the legs have got a good 28 miles in them already this week. So we'll just see how we do tonight. It's absolutely no pressure, free hit. I'm really damn excited. Let's just get on with this. You can tell I'm probably a bit of an excitable puppy tonight before I've even got the caffeine in. I've still got these 2 to go, so these will go in half an hour before the race, about 30 minutes before. So we're going to have the calf gel and the ketone IQ shot. Get 200 milligrams of caffeine in. That should load us up nicely for the start. Okay, I think if we were going to have wind, it's in the best place. So it is going to be going through loop 1 to 2. So basically the start, in the middle, and at the end. We come out of the race course. It was a crosswind and we turned into the estate and it's on our backs. And I've had it on our backs until I've turned this way now. And it's now side again. So yeah, we'll just do what we can. We're going to do 12 minutes easy, 3 tempo strides and lock in. There we go, warm up done, nothing more to do now than race. Here we go, coming into the home stretch. This wind is a bitch. We'll give it a good go.
Just when you come through here, be careful on this bit of gravel, please. It's a bit loose where they put some more stones down. Set, go! Go, Georgie!
And we are off. As suspected, the wind wasn't nice on the starting section, but we quickly turned out onto the road and I was delighted to see lots of runners around me as I knew I'd be able to work with them well. As we get rolling into the housing estate, I glanced down at my watch and see 5:09-ish per mile, and I knew I wanted to pick it up a bit, so I felt good and made a break to the front of the group to see if anyone would follow. At this stage I was just turning into the wind for the first time, and I caught the shadows of a couple of runners on the wall to my left, so I knew I had company. This was keeping me pushing hard, but I knew the real test was when we turned into the racecourse onto the gravel track. I knew deep down that gravel track could cost me some serious time. I felt like I was wheel spinning at times going down there. I lost so much momentum, but getting back out onto the road again, I felt really happy. And to be fair, I felt really good. I felt like I had an injection of life. At this point I could still hear someone behind me. I knew we were getting close to the final stretch, so my mindset switched to don't let this podium spot go. Well, mate. Surviving, mate.
So much.
Cheers, bud.
I like the grass route though, that was such good.
Oh, after the first one, I was just slipping and sliding everywhere, and I just thought, do you know what? The first and second I saw were on the grass that side. I thought,
Too bad, was it?
no, I thought I'll stay to the grass this time. It was just too gravelly there, but. So there we go, we got a PB. Oh, it's just the wrong side of 16. I tell you what, that was so windy. That was way worse than I thought it was going to be. No depth in field tonight either, which was a little bit frustrating. Like, we went out there and we were in a little group, but then I kind of just broke for it. Obviously I came third overall, so really happy. Podium, very happy indeed. But yeah, I think could have done with a few people to sit behind on that second half of the loop each time, because yeah, and they did pre-warn us that they relayed the gravel on this section, and they weren't wrong. There were some big stones, as you saw in that last stretch. I decided to take the grass, so all factors considered, I think that's a sub 16 on a nice flat Battersea route tonight. It's a PB and I'll take it. So there we go, tantalisingly close, so damn close. I could taste it. I genuinely felt like that wind cost a lot of us about 5-10 seconds tonight. It was absolutely insane. I'm honestly really gutted because I felt so strong out there, and I ran really strong as well. Everything clicked, and I'm really surprised actually how good I felt, because I did not feel that good in the warm-up. So let's go through it quick, blow by blow. As always, a massive thanks to Hereford Couriers for putting on this event. I love it. It's so great. We rocked up to the start line, and the race director, he basically said, look lads, to everybody in the race, just be careful. They've relayed the gravel in this section, and it's more gravelly than normal. He wasn't wrong. It was absolutely brutal, to be honest with you. I'll explain more when we get there. So the gun went off. There were two lads that absolutely shot off, and then there was a good pack that formed around me, so I was pretty happy with that. We shot out of here, up the little incline there, and then into the estate. And at that point, we had a nice tailwind. I felt super strong, really good. Breathing was very controlled, and I felt like this is going to be the night. I looked down at my watch, and it said 5:08 per mile. And I was like, okay, this is good, but I want to squeeze it down a little bit, because I knew last year I ran a 5:09 for the first mile, I think it was. And I felt really good, so I was like, let's push it on. So just as we were coming up to the first mile marker, I decided to take the lead of that group. I knew what was coming. I knew the wind was coming. But I also thought to myself, I haven't driven this far to just kind of like sit in a pack and kind of like be a bit conservative. I've come here to attempt to run a sub 16. I need to push. I really need to push. So I pushed, and I pushed really damn hard. Got to the front of that group. There were a couple of people that sort of came with me. Well, I think the group started to come with me for the first few hundred meters, and then I could hear behind the footsteps fade away, and there were a couple of people that really stuck with me, and there's one person that stuck right to the end who I had a good chat with afterwards, and he absolutely flew and kept me on my toes all the way around. So I just went for it, obviously turned into the wind around 1.25 miles in, just as we were about to come back into the racecourse here. And that was brutal, but I was just envisaging in my head, like, all you've got to do is get through the gravelly bit and then you're back round onto the concrete, little incline, and back in the estate with the tailwind. So I was just trying to tick off little markers, come into this section here of the gravel. On my word, they weren't lying when they said it's been relayed. The gravel chunks, it wasn't pea gravel, it was big rocks, and I was slip sliding all the way through here, and I was wheel spinning. It was an absolute nightmare. And I just thought to myself, I knew at that moment in time, like, that had cost me a fast mile, and I knew it had, and I just refused at that point to look at my watch. I did not want to look. So I came down, I got out of here eventually, turned onto the uphill, and guess what? I felt really strong again. So although I was gassed coming through here because I was working harder, I did then feel really strong as I turned back onto the tarmac. Got up that little incline, turned into the estate. The 2 mile marker went, and sure as eggs are eggs, it ended up being the same type of mile split as last year, so like a 5:18:19, and that was of course into the wind with that gravel. So I knew at that point the effort that I put in to maintain that compared to last year's conditions, which were perfect, it was a much better effort this year, and I just thought, just kick for home already, just like, I feel good, kick for home. So I just put my foot down. I did as best as I could, and again with that 3rd mile we had a bit of wind there. We had a bit of a tailwind at that point, but of course then we hit the headwind a little bit sooner, and I felt really good, and I could hear someone still behind me, and I was still in 3rd place, and I was like, do not lose 3rd place, this is now your mission. And I could actually see ahead of me the 2 lads that had gone off like a rocket were gently coming back to me. So I was like, just lock onto them, don't let the person behind catch me, try and keep reeling them in and just go for it. My breathing changed around 2.5 miles, and by that point I knew I was close to the finish. I knew I could suffer to the end. So as I said, I just put the hammer down, turned into the first windy bit, went for it, still could hear the person behind me, but I could see those boys in front of me coming closer. Came through there, came into the racecourse here. I could see that they had gone to the left-hand side of the track and were running on the grass, but they were almost, what looked like to me, they'd really slowed down. So I went to the right-hand side and I just stuck to the grass that time. I didn't go through the gravel this time, I stuck to the grass, and I absolutely put my foot down. I thought, do not get caught, and then try and catch 2nd place. I could see 2nd getting closer and closer. I haven't checked the official results, but I'm pretty sure I wasn't too far behind 2nd place in the end, maybe like 5-6 seconds, which is great considering how far they were ahead of me at the start. And I finished in 16:03, so it's a 2-second PB. I will never ever complain at a PB. I'm obviously 3 seconds the wrong side of sub 16, but it's a PB on this course in this wind. This is exactly what I needed. That has added fuel to the fire, and I know that Battersea Park, if conditions are right, I'm going to go out there and I'm really going to give it my all. So guys, thank you so much for following the journey. Another race, another PB. We step closer, we march on, and we'll just see what happens. As you can see, I'm pretty pumped. I'm feeling good today, and I'm really excited to just keep this training going. I am loving it. I'm hating it and loving it at the same time. So massive thanks to you guys once again. I really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this race video, make sure you check out this one up here. This is where I broke 33 minutes recently at the Pulford 10K. Checking out my last 5K race from last year to see how that went. Do check out this video down here, and I'll see you guys over on one of those.